mail-in ballots. And since 2014, approximately 28 million mail-in ballots have been lost, misplaced, miscounted. And we all saw that it's basically ballot harvesting and what it did to the California elections. I don't want to go into, again, the entire litany for potential fraud because we know it exists. But this is what we're faced with. In last year's primary, only 8% of the eligible voters went to the polls. That's out of 5.5 million eligible voters. Less than 500,000 voted in that primary. Now, hopefully more will vote because President Trump is on this ballot, even though he's the only candidate on the Republican ballot, basically. But when you go to vote, many of you should go in and vote even if you don't have your mail-in ballots. And the reason is simple. There's 5 nominees on the Republican ballot that are in there to challenge Cory Booker. And I'm here to tell you why. If you vote for any of the other 4 candidates, you're still never going to have a Republican candidate since 1972. These are the reasons they can't defeat Senator Booker. The Republican Party has 4 establishment candidates, one of which has a Spanish surname, and she happens to be a member of the Black race, yet she never campaigns on social media or anywhere else. I wonder why. You have 2 candidates of Indian ancestry that make 6 figures in their professions as an engineer, as a member of the pharmaceutical companies that are backed by establishment, and somehow they're supposed to have inroads in the Latino and African American community. I seriously doubt it. And there's another candidate who also touts themselves as being the first female candidate that will be elected to the United States Senate. None of these candidates is a United States veteran like I am. None of these candidates arrived as a 14 of the Communist Civil War in Greece. And as a member of the Black History Committees, have established tremendous rapport in those communities. I speak 3 languages. Very briefly, tía de mi esposa vive con ustedes 14 años. My father-in-law, mi suegro, is puertorriqueño. My mother-in-law, mi suegra, is cubana. To all the Greeks out there, Yenithika Stinelada, Octobri Dodeka, Chirinekosha Peninda. I also taught language arts and mathematics. I'm a graduate of Indiana University. I have a BA in English literature, and I also minored in anthropology, which gives me tremendous insight into what we're facing. We are dealing with the party of criminality. I'm not going to pull any punches. I can't tell you how important this election is. If we don't get a Republican senator in there that have Trump's ear, because Trump will win in a landslide, because I am an ardent and unapologetic supporter of whom I believe to be the 2nd greatest president in the history of the United States behind George Washington. I welcome his endorsement and his support. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm not going to shy away from telling you that I'm a Trump supporter. I am a Trump supporter. I believe in the policies that he's tried to implement in this nation. Despite all the vitriol he's facing, he's accomplished quite a bit. In the meantime, if you go to the polls, vote for EUGENE Anagnos, the only veteran on the ballot, the only legal immigrant who came in here, the only one who speaks 3 languages, and the only one that can draw from all the communities necessary to defeat Senator Booker. If you vote for the other candidates, any one of the 4 candidates, despite what you believe about them, despite their stellar backgrounds, it makes no difference. You won't have a Republican senator. They don't back me, the establishment. I put myself on the ballot. They didn't put me on the ballot. I gathered signatures in Wildwood and outside the gun ranges. They won't even mention me, but I'm mentioning myself to you. Again, if you go to ballotpedia.org, if you go to ivoterguide.com, if you go to runone.com, you'll see my policy profile positions. Of course, I'm an advocate of the Second Amendment and a right to lifer, and it goes into detail on all of those. You have a great day. Again, when you vote, consider not wasting your vote. Thank you.